I do
Um,
think there's
yes.
a thought that I've had is
Hmm.
that maybe perhaps if we ever do begin like a something for paid subscribers,
Hmm.
that would be a great piece of paid content would be like paid subscribers get access to us talking shit before we hit record.
Oh, 100%. I think that's great.
We record that only for those in the premium tier of
Yeah.
the audience.
Uh-huh. This is a fun game because now we get to name everything. Um, I mean, there's I really like the OG-19 as like the way that we can classify our current cohort.
I do love that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
and I do feel like the 19, something about the 19 is probably gonna stick over time. I could be wrong though, because I think that about all sorts of shit. And then like we mention it later and I'm like, wait, when did we ever
What
say
did
that?
that mean again?
I don't remember ever saying that.
Oh my God. You have it on a t-shirt and somebody's like, "Hey, what does that mean?" And you're like, "Oh, I don't know. I
I
don't remember
couldn't tell you.
anymore."
I truly do. Like the thing I will say is that you and I are in such long communication. Like we do this, but we voice note all day. And there are definitely moments where I'm like, I've probably told you this. I don't know. But the problem is that like most of what we're voice noting is kind of nothingness. So it's like odds of it having been like a true piece of information about me, slim to none. It's probably our we have a day in the life pod going all day every day.
See, really that's what premium
Mm-hmm.
subscribers get into a group chat, which is where we start sending our
Oh my God.
bizarre voice memos. I mean, here's the thing about if you're repeating stories to me, I actually need that. My brain actually needs to have it repeated six or
Same.
seven times before
Same.
it actually sinks in. So I
Mm-hmm.
every time you're like, I may have told you this, there's a part of me that goes, oh, thank God, because I'm sure I need to hear it again to really like lock it in there.
I feel the exact same way. Like I also like there's some stuff that I really glom on, obviously. But then
Hmm.
again, there's definitely stuff that I'm just like, maybe you did tell me that. I don't know. But
Yep.
it feels like the first time every time. So go again.
Yeah, like I'd be delighted to hear it again.
Hmm.
Just why not? Um, what's in your smoothie right now? What's going on? I
Oh,
saw a delightfully like berry colored smoothie, so you've got some nutrients going on in there.
yeah. It is, and I also just took a fuck ton of iron, vitamin D, and B12.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
The smoothie is frozen blueberries and strawberries and cauliflower with
okay.
uh um an antioxidant juice that I get at
Okay.
Aldi. That's amazing.
Aldi. Mm.
Love Aldi.
Shout out. Not sponsored yet.
Not sponsored yet though, but I mean should be at this point. I spend all
Hmm.
of my money there.
Hmm.
Um uh but it has like the superfood juice is like
Mm.
blueberry acai and some vegetable, I forget. And then oh I think like yams or something. Um and then there's hemp seeds, chia seeds, and moringa powder. Oh, and a
Wow.
massive handful of spinach. The goal is to basically give my body a chance at wanting to be alive.
Give my body a chance. Period, but at wanting to be alive. Yeah, I feel like you're doing that. I feel like all the supplements you described are also the supplements that help make me feel like I want to be alive, or that my doctor
Certainly.
says will help me want to feel alive too.
I mean, yeah, my doctor told me these would make me want to feel alive, and she was absolutely correct. It was like before I was taking these, I was truly you could have caught me at any time in the day from the minute that I woke up to the minute I went to bed, and I was just like I could fall asleep fatigued constantly.
Oh,
And I was
mm,
downing caffeine like there's no tomorrow, and even that was just like a minor blip to basically keep me employed. Um, and Have you ever watched Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times?
No. Should I?
Yeah, I think you would enjoy it.
Okay.
I mean, it's obviously a silent Chaplin film, blah blah blah, but like the comedy in it is just famously unmatched. But like, um, it's just about capitalism. That's the entire conceit. And when I say things like I was basically taking caffeine to stay employed, is like one of the most capitalistic like
Yep.
things
Yep.
ever. But there's just it's I think of his character um in that moment being a literal cog in the machine.
Mm.
But anyway, yeah, so that's what's in the smoothie today. I switch up the juice because Aldi has three glass jar organic shelf stable juices. You know how when you
Ooh.
go to the organic aisle at a grocery store, they have all those glass bottles that are like $11 for juice that's like
Yeah.
organic, whatever. They basically have that, but they only have the three varieties because it's Aldi and we don't need to be oppressed with choices.
Hmm.
Um, and they are, first of all, the glass bottles are terrific, and I'm a sucker for glass jars and things, so yay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Big time.
yeah, oh my God. But they have three varieties. One is superfood, one is immunity, and one is oh fuck, I can't remember the other one because I mostly do the other two. But I go back and forth between this one and the immunity one because the immunity one
Mm-mm.
is like mango, orange, carrot, and it's honestly just a
Yum.
delicious juice. And I love a mango
Yum.
juice.
Yeah.
You can't like,
Yeah.
what's making you laugh?
But anyway, um, okay.
Racism, data centers. We're covering it all.
Just antioxidants,
Yeah,
mangoes.
we do
Um,
love a mango.
I will say something that really made me laugh and is I've waited, I'm proud of myself that I've waited to tell you this because it
I'm thrilled.
happened several days ago.
Mm,
So I just returned from a trip to the Florida Keys to visit one of my dear friends who used to live here, used to actually be Laura's and my roommate for a time, and
mhm.
went to get her PhD in Australia, met the love of her life. They got married, they have a child now. So she's like settled down on the other side of the planet.
Stunning.
But her parents live in the Florida Keys year round. And so they were here visiting for the holidays. My friend, her wife, who is also my dear friend, and then their almost 2-year-old, who's also now my dear friend. Um, and so another friend and I went down there to visit them. It was great. It was so much fun. Like you were saying, our I felt like every photo we took was like an ad for gay Florida
It
like
was,
travel. It
dude.
was like all of us in our differently oriented baseball hats. Um, our different levels of queer
Oh my
haircuts,
God.
you
Yes.
know?
You
Um,
literally had a spectrum. It was honestly like, you know, those height charts that like the people get taller. It's like that, except with hair lengths.
yes, exactly right. Um, we had so much fun, but we went to this awesome like flea market and it just was delightful because the flea market is delightful. But at one point, we're like, we're being silly and making jokes, walking around laughing, and I find we're in a one of those stalls that's kind of just like a bunch of like random old shit, and
Sure.
like you find stuff that's like, oh, this is cool, whatever. And I picked up what appeared to me to be like a fanny pack, and I was like, this is
Okay.
really cute. I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh my God, you guys like do I want this? Like, it's really cute. And they're all at different points in
Uh-huh.
looking around at the same stuff and are like, yeah, it's cute, whatever. And the woman who is like in charge running this stall, apparently, looks over and she goes, completely deadpan, that's a gun bag. Okay, being me,
Yeah, sure.
I go, oh, well, I don't have one of those, so I'd have to put other stuff in it. Not even a flicker of a smile or a laugh on her face, just straight looking into my soul. And I said, "Oh, we gotta get out of here. Time to move along." That's a gun bag. So obviously that became the refrain of the rest of the trip was, "You got your gun
Uh,
bag?" Victoria left her gun bag.
did you get it?
I
Do you
didn't.
own a gun bag?
I was too scared. I mean, I have a number of bags that I suppose are similar shapes and sizes that could be, I guess, gun
I know,
bags.
like my whole point of this, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is in a gun bag? This is America. Show me a bag that doesn't have a gun in it.
Well,
Fuck you.
I said anything's a gun bag if you really believe in yourself, you know? Um, yeah, so that was a joy. But there's been a lot of things making me laugh. We're potty training right now. So we have just
Uh-huh.
a naked toddler running around the house at all times. And she doesn't want to like wear underwear because she has, underwear to wear for potty training. No, she
Hmm.
does not want to wear underwear. We don't want to put her in a pull-up because we're trying to transition out of the pull-ups. And then we're like, okay, well, you could put a shirt on. She doesn't want to wear a shirt. She only wants to be butt ass naked running through the house. So that tickles me every time. She'll pop into a room and I'll be like, that's right, you are fully in the nude.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I appreciated that about her at Thanksgiving. She was really living her best naked life. And to be fair, she was starting like at least when I was there, she was starting out with her pull up on and then just would walk. What's interesting is it was like she would walk into the middle of the room to start taking off the pull up. And then, and she usually started out, she's like, I have to go potty. And so we're like, great, go for it, dude. But she takes the pull up off in the middle of the room, goes and sits on her little toilet for like 2 seconds, and then is just running. And it's like,
Yep.
did she even go to the bathroom? Unclear because I think it was like, well, if I say I have to go to the bathroom, they don't mind that I take off all my shit. And,
Exactly right.
uh, but then she's like just a toddler doing toddler stuff, fully naked.
Exactly. Climbing, doing yoga poses.
Yep. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Um,
100%.
she, yeah, today I looked up and she was standing on the counter, fully naked, on the kitchen counter. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
she
I
is
love
peeing
it.
in the potty now. This is an
Oh,
exciting
good.
update, exclusive for our 19 listeners.
Whoa.
Um,
What up, 19? Happy New Year.
she's peeing in the potty.
Dang,
Um, we,
dude.
we we aren't ready to poop in the potty yet, but
That's okay.
peeing, it's happening. It's very exciting.
That is exciting. Um, I feel so much for everybody who potty trains a kid. It's what a what a weird thing we have to do as a
Yeah,
people, you
that's
know?
right. That's right. It is weird.
Especially nighttime. Like, I don't really understand how one figures out how to not pee the bed. Like, I'm
Well,
floored that I
yeah,
don't pee the bed anymore. Like, I don't really understand how I do that because,
yeah.
like, I will wake up to go to the bathroom and I'm like, how did this work that I wake up to that sensation?
I mean, I will say it is an interesting example of a way that we are pretty tuned into our body and our body signals. And it shows me that as humans, we can be connected to our bodies and our sensations in certain ways, if we're concerned enough about the consequences of not being. And
That's
that's
true.
really all it is that you're attuned to what the sensation is when you have to go to the bathroom, and your
Yeah.
body has internalized that as important enough that it will wake you up.
Yeah, it's interesting because I like wet the bed for like I was a bedwetter for quite a while. Um, I'm sure that's surprising to you. But I I do remember I like distinctly remember the discomfort of like, oh fuck, now I have to take off all these
Yep.
sheets because I didn't have like a mattress protector or anything. It was just like, well, now we're gonna take off the sheets. We're gonna like lay a towel down and sleep uncomfortably on a towel, you
Yep.
know, until you get it. Because I like when I was old enough, I obviously didn't tell my parents anymore. I just ripped the sheets
Took care
off
of it.
and
Yeah.
um but yeah, definitely not a fun situation. But also I find it interesting because it's like the more I talk to people about this, the more I find out how many people were bedwetters.
Oh yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, we just have made it like so people feel embarrassed or like don't want to,
Right.
I don't know, don't
Eh,
want to talk about it or we just like don't, yeah, I don't know.
Well, and I never wet the bed at a sleepover, but I also was so anxious at sleepover. I hated sleepovers. And so I just didn't sleep at all. So there was no
Mm,
chance to wet the bed because I was like, yeah, I'm fully awake right now. I'm aware of what's going on.
yeah.
Um, but anyway, well, that's hilarious. Both the gun bag and your naked toddler running around.
Naked child. What's making you laugh?
That is a great question. Uh, and
Thank you. I try to ask those sometimes.
I mean, as of like 20 minutes ago, you, so thank you for that.
Aw.
I think what's making me laugh is I'm working on a kind of bit in my head about internal and externalized like points of depression.
Mm,
Um, because I think there's something funny about, so I've been pretty depressed the last like 24 to 36-ish hours. Um, and it's likely mostly due to external world being on fire bullshit.
yep.
However, it's targeted heavily on my body image and all of that. And so I think there's something funny about, I'm just working on this now. Like, this isn't even me saying what's making me laugh. It's just in the shower when I was like, if you're going to be this depressed, you should make some fucking jokes. Um, and
Hmm.
because, like, I think there's something stupid and funny about, like I imagine a sketch where actual like old-timey Nazis, not this newfangled variety, but that old-timey version, the goose stepped and all that shit, um, are like goose stepping down the street and I'm like, oh shit, but I'm fat. Like like I do think there's something pretty funny in that.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna be in prison, like, oh God, what if people think I'm fat here? It's like you're at a work camp, bitch. Pretty sure it doesn't matter now.
And
Um,
no.
but uh yeah, so that joke premise is in theory it's created a theoretical laugh for me. That was the first real laugh it's achieved.
That's that's where we're at. We're not accessing current present day laughs, but we're beginning to sow the seeds for hopeful future laughs. And that's on optimism. That is an optimistic thing that you're doing. See, you're not depressed.
Well, we know I'm not mentally ill, so thank God for that.
No, oh my, thank God, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so
Mm.
glad we cleared that up because I'd been really worried.
You and me both. I mean, um, thank God. Thank God we know the truth now. Never been mentally
Uh,
ill a day in my life.
oh,
Uh,
definitely not.
um, yeah, and I will say it does kind of make me like I'm as a perfectly as the picture of mental health
Yes.
um
Yes, yes, yes.
that I am.
Mhm.
Um, this won't surprise you that I very normally think about what I'm gonna wear on my show that I don't have yet,
Right, right, right. Got it, got it, got it. Yeah, you're manifesting. That's fine. That's normal.
obviously. Well, this is one of those shirts that
Duh.
I'm like, oh, this shirt is definitely being worn there. With like
Yeah,
I think a blazer over it though, probably, because you know, I gotta do my monologue and shit. Um,
obviously.
but yeah, we're obviously gonna rep the foam for him.
You
Because I've
have
been
to.
thinking about the shirts I'll wear that will represent like actual places and bands and stuff. So yeah. So that's again, I'm not thank God I'm not crazy. Or it'd get really weird that I'm laying out my outfits for a life I don't have.
Here's the thing. You know what they always say. There's literally a saying about this. Dress for the job you want. Hello. Okay,
Your two and a
plan an
half year old
outfit
is
for the show
on
you
it.
want. Exactly. Bingo. Yeah. Oh man, I'm trying to think of all the jobs all of my children want with how they dress. One of the 11-year-olds went yesterday with my wife to go ice skating outdoors. It's frigid here. It was
Huh?
like I think the high yesterday was like it got up to like the 20s,
Yeah, but your
but
feel like was
it was
six all
windy.
day. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I love that you always know my weather. Um, how did it feel to be looking at the weather, by the way, when I was in Cudjoe Key or wherever the fuck in the
So
Keys?
is it Cujo? Because I was like, you're in Cujo Bay? Ah, because the dog Cujo, you know.
Yes,
But
no, it's Cudjoe. That's how they pronounce it anyway. But
well, that's
that
less
the
fun.
people who live there, I guess they
So when
probably would
I
know.
when
But
I wrote that to you in all caps with 1,000 exclamation points, you were like, right, Cujo Bay.
here's the thing. I love that you're like I would never pathologize your enthusiasm. I want you to know that. Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't nice that you had a mouthful of smoothie. Um, wow. Yes, it was delightful weather there. But anyway, what I was saying about my child yesterday, not in tropical weather, in very cold weather, was trying to go out first in like capri pants, basically is the best way I can describe it, where like you could see bare leg between the socks and the pants. And I was
Mm-mm.
like, "No, girl, you could if you like those, just put on leggings under them, put on other pants."
Hmm.
Well, then she came out in tights with like shorts. Remember in I'm gonna assume that in middle school and high school you all had gym uniforms where you wore those Sophie brand kind of like shorts that you would roll the waistband a million times.
We did not have gym uniforms. We weren't a big enough school for that. However, I do remember the Sophie shorts because they're what the cheerleaders wore. People
Yes.
with like flat bellies and no ass wore those shorts.
And so did I. I had one pair, by the way, with the word cheer emblazoned across my
Of
ass
course, that
because
brand made
that's
their money on the cheer market.
they sure
I
did.
mean, when Bring
Um,
It On came out, they had to have been like, thank God, great.
to be fair, I did also have a brief stint as a cheerleader, so we do have to remember that.
We don't remember that and need to talk about it.
It wasn't, it was when I was in middle school. We were not yet old enough to do proper like for the school cheer because there were no sports. But a bunch of my friends' boyfriends, not
Hmm.
any of my boyfriends because my boyfriends were not athletes, but a bunch of my friends' boyfriends were on an like a not intramural, like a
Like a travel
football,
team.
yeah, like a football league. And
Yeah,
some of the teams had cheerleaders. And so they
yeah,
decided, oh, let's have cheerleaders. And one of the players had an older sister who was a high school cheerleader. So she decided she would coach us.
I see.
We also did a dance routine to
Hmm.
the song Dirty by Christina Aguilera featuring, oh man, I don't remember what rapper that features. It's a great song. Not not really a song for middle school cheerleaders, but we performed that dance at Memorial Stadium, which is the U of I football stadium.
I can literally only picture you as Lindsay Lohan right now in Mean Girls at the Santa dance thing or whatever with
Yeah.
Amy Poehler filming
The
in
thing
the
is,
audience.
that's scarily accurate, actually. Like, I was very much like that was kind of my energy. I've
Hmm.
turned into much more of a Janice. I'm like if you could cross Janice with um with Amy Poehler as the camcorder mom, the I'm a cool mom, but
Uh-huh.
also with is it Anna Gasteyer who
Lindsay's
plays
mom.
Katie's mom and she
Yeah.
says this is the fertility vase of the Ndebele tribe.
Yes,
Does
100%.
does that mean nothing to
Nothing
you?
to you.
That's probably the truest me now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Also a little bit the principal. Is that Tim Meadows?
Oh yeah.
God, I need to rewatch Mean Girls. Anyway, that's a
We can
whole
do that
rabbit
when you come
hole.
here.
I don't even know how we because that style of shorts rolled up,
Hmm.
okay, over tights
Is what
was
she
what
came
she
out in.
wanted to, and we were like, dude, I love the self-expression. She also goes to a uniform school now, so I do feel like in her
Right.
outside of school time, she is like trying for a little more creativity in her
Sure,
wardrobe,
sure.
which you
Love that.
know I am all for it. Let the record show. When she listens to this one day, I want her to know I support her creativity. I do not
That's not what
support
she
her.
said when we were on the off recorded hours, just to be clear.
I mean, she literally has expressed to me before that she feels that I am stifling her creativity by making her clean her room. And, I have to give her some hardship to experience as a teen, and that's it. Believe it or not, I do have a question to ask you today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally. Shoot, let's hear it.
Are you ready for it?
I am ready.
It's in honor of the fact that I am coming to visit you next week and that trip will involve both car travel and air travel. And
Hmm.
so I want you to talk me through on your ideal, and it can be a multi-part if we want it to be. So I'm interested in this answer both for car and for airplane. But like, what are your ideal travel conditions? What are you listening
Mm,
to? What are you
mm.
eating? What are your go-to like gas station snacks?
Oh
Tell
yeah.
me about it.
That's a great question. I'm super excited you're coming, and I I do love a good planes, trains, automobile situation
Right?
where,
Right?
yeah, um, yeah. Um, so I would say I'm not the hugest car person, so there's that. Um,
Just
mostly be
period?
mostly because I have motion sickness, which I wanted to research. I keep forgetting to Google that because I'm like, what actually causes this? What a weird situation that only some people have and changes with time.
Yeah.
Um, because I never had it until 2019 and now it's just a part of my life. And I like lived most of my life reading in cars and reading on buses. And
I
like,
did too growing up. Yeah.
yeah, like my all of my 20s and majority of my 30s I spent driving, or all of my 20s and the beginning of my 30s I spent I mean I traveled a lot during that time. A lot, and often by bus because it's the cheapest way to go. And in those situations, like a big part of it was a book that I wanted to read, and I'm like, great, I get to sit in this thing and read for several hours. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So I limit that a little bit. um I don't mind driving in good conditions. um I You and I both grew up in driving places, and uh so I have this theory that if you spend a lot of your life driving, you're going to be in more accidents. It's just
Yeah.
statistically, I think, makes more sense, right?
Yeah.
So I've been in two car totaling accidents and several fender benders. Um, and I also hydroplaned once driving from uh, in 2016 driving from Chicago to Nashville to visit after I'd moved here. And I hydroplaned like on 65 South, spun my car all the way around.
Mm.
And since that moment in particular, I was like, I I just don't like this. And my vision's getting worse, so I don't like driving at night. Like I'm like 5,000 years old, basically, is just my energy when it comes to driving.
Right. Only driving are you 5,000 years old, not with anything else.
That's the only thing, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Um, and yeah, so I don't like now that I'm 4 hours, I'm a 4 hour drive from my uh, family. And I just did that drive multiple times in the last month or in the last couple months. Um, and I'm already kind of over it. Like the first two times I was like, oh, I haven't done this in years. You know, whatever. There's some energy around it. And by the time I was driving back, this most recent time, I was like, oh my God, we're not even to the windmills yet. Because there's like these markers of how far I am. And, but I listen to, it really depends. So in my car, there is no ability to plug in devices. Um,
Mm.
so I have a bunch of CDs, but I haven't taken them out of the boxes and put them in the car. And so, but when I have my CDs, I listen to all sorts of stuff. So a lot of like old country, like Patsy Cline uh and like um Johnny Cash and stuff like that. Whatever CDs are in bulk at Goodwill and easily accessible are the types of things I'm listening to, which sometimes I find some real gems, but it is often country. So I have Garth Brooks because Garth Brooks doesn't put his stuff online really. It's almost
Mm.
always a cover if you find Garth
Mm.
Brooks on YouTube or Spotify. Um, yeah. Um, but I listen to a lot of radio. I listen to a lot of NPR. Um, when I was driving down this last time, when I got to Indianapolis, there was the old alternative rock station that I grew up listening that I listened to in high school anyway. Um, now they do 90s and early aughts rock and alternative. It's a great place to be, my friend.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I don't need Audio Slave ever again in my life. So that's the only one that I'm like, we could just skip that, please. And like Disturbed and Hoobastank, none of them really needed to make appearances, but of course they do because they had big hits at the time. And like,
Hmm.
I couldn't tell you one of their songs from another. They all sound the fucking same. Um, and but this time, I mean, they did the Cranberries, Blink 182, Green Day, and System of a Down. And I was like,
Mm.
did they do this for me? Did they see me
Hmm.
coming? Like, oh my
Hmm.
God.
They
And
did.
um and then Chicago has great radio stations, just like New York. Like I do love a city with some good radio stations. It brings a lot of joy to me to like
Mm.
randomly catch songs that I love. I listen to a lot of NPR. This last drive, and I voice noted you about this, but when I was driving down on Christmas Day, because again, as the 19 will know, I love traveling on holidays. So
Hmm.
I drove down there on Christmas Day, and WBEZ did their prison cast like all day. So it was just a lot of stories about incarceration. It was about like hearing from people who are on the inside, hearing from people with loved ones on the inside. Um, just tons of really interesting, good stories that I really appreciated until I lost that signal. Um, and then, oh my God, while I was in Indy, some random station I found. I need to look this up to see what station it actually is. They played Death Cab for Cutie. Like, I shit you not, dude. I heard four Death Cab songs. And I was
Ah,
like, what is this station?
oh my God.
And it made me think I might get my oldest niece a Death Cab CD. I think she might appreciate because she's like getting all of her
Mm.
feels, and it's like very
Oh
intense
yeah.
and
Oh
um
yeah.
and she loves to sing. So I'm like that or like maybe the Postal Service because it's a bit dancier, but still all the
Yeah.
feelings.
Yeah.
Um yeah,
Mm.
that's a thought I've had. So I really want to get her some of my emo shit, but I also don't want to encourage that like shitty male behavior.
Sure.
Like, love me or I'll kill myself. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not the best message there.
Yeah. Okay, but for like road trips, as you know, pistachios are a go-to for me. I'm vegetarian, so when I go to gas stations, I I pack food every time I drive. So I always have my water bottle. I always have tea or coffee that I've made at home. And often I have a smoothie or a sandwich that I've made for the road to get me started. And then if I'm economically tight, I bring extra tea bags so I can just use hot water from a cafe or from a gas station to continue making my tea as I go. Um, if I have money for snacks and stuff, pistachios are absolutely a go-to. Occasionally Cheez-Its. I like a cracker, but I like a basic kind of cracker.
Yep.
Um, like I'm so boring with drinks, dude. Like water, like tea. If they have a green juice that's a decent brand that's not just loaded with sugar, I will do something like that.
Hmm.
And if they have kombucha, which shocking numbers of gas stations on expressways have started carrying kombucha, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'll do that. But I don't really drink soda or anything fun, so it's like, kind of boring. If I'm traveling, like when I drove back and forth from Chicago to New York, I would just keep um, a case of LaCroix in the car
Mm.
to keep me from buying random shit constantly when I didn't have the cash for that. Um, yeah. What else? I mean, before I'm not supporting Starbucks right now, and everyone should join the workers and not supporting them right now. I'm sure everybody got their gift cards in their stockings or whatever, but
Yep.
just fuck that corporation big time. They couldn't give a shit
Yeah.
about their employees. And I'm sure if you wanted to do some digging into the ethics of where their beans are coming from, you could probably find even worse stuff going on. Uh, but um, there was a time when Starbucks had the Impossible Breakfast sandwich that I would stop for that. But their coffee is so fucking abysmal that I literally, even if I wasn't boycotting them, it's not worth the sandwich because I'm like, I'm not gonna drink this shit that costs
Yeah.
like fucking $6 for truly shit coffee. It's heinous. Um, Taco Bell, if I'm gonna do fast food, they have a good vegetarian. They have a black bean Crunchwrap Supreme. When that came out, my
Mm.
whole
It's a
life
game
changed.
changer. It's
My
a
whole
game
life changed.
changer.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Um, Planes. I love to drink on a plane. Um, and I like so trains are my preferred mode of transportation. I am definitely one of those people that I'm like, it is a travesty that we haven't mastered
Yep.
trains in the US. Um, Living on the East Coast, it's like people take it for granted there. They have no idea. And truly, because as have you noticed this living in New York? It occurs to me it's the only place I know that like people from there have likely never been anywhere else.
Mm.
They don't leave.
That's it's only
Everyone, yeah.
it's only been my experience a handful with a handful of people, but I guess I don't know a ton of people who are like from properly from here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm like the people almost everyone I worked with was born and raised New York and like profoundly had not traveled. Like,
Interesting.
and if they had, it was like like they certainly hadn't visited the US. They have not seen the country
Well, sure.
by
Sure.
any means. And I was like, this is fascinating. Because they were all like floored that I was like that I had driven across all these
Yeah.
places and I was like, well, yeah, that's the only way to you can get anywhere really. Like you can take like
Yeah.
a 24-hour train ride, but you know, but anyway, I found that fascinating. And I get it. Like you're in New York City, it's all encompassing in and of itself. So why would you leave?
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, trains are my favorite thing. People on the East Coast, I know you love to complain about like it's this Amtrak gets canceled too much. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah, you at least have a fucking Amtrak to get canceled, dude. Like most of us don't fucking have that.
Yeah.
And I in there used to be a train that went from Chicago to Indianapolis several times a week, and they Indiana stopped funding it. Shocker.
Mm.
Um, so now the only way that you can get the only way you can do that is if you do the New York to California line that happens to do that stop. But that means that it's like I think it leaves here at like 6 a.m. and there are no other times. You know, like
Mm. Yeah.
that's and
Yeah.
if you want to do the other route, it's like midnight that you have to leave Indianapolis and there are no other options. And it's like,
Jesus.
yeah. So it's like this is not it's not great. I used to take the train home more frequently. Um, but trains are my ideal mode of transportation because I can't the motion sickness doesn't hit me there. I love the cafe car. My drink of choice is just the little plastic bottle of wine. Delicious. Um, and and usually just food from the train station. Like, I mean, if I was going out of Moynihan, there was a acai bowl place. God, I sound like
Hmm.
such a dick. I hate these answers. I'm like, pistachios, acai bowl, blah, blah, blah. Um, don't worry, folks. I just yesterday binged like 18 pounds of sugar, so don't worry. I'm just the person. But when I'm living my life slightly more intentionally, I am kind of intentional about food. Um, yeah. Uh, but on planes, I don't usually take the snack. So I don't usually want pretzels or like dry cookies. But um, if I have some cash, I absolutely will get. Usually I do sparkling wine when I'm on a plane,
Mm.
and
Hmm.
um, yeah. There was one time when I had a contract that particularly paid well, and I treated my then partner and I to a trip to the Bay Area, and we flew Spirit on the way back, and I upgraded us to first class on Spirit.
Stop. What even is that like?
That is
Please tell
a
me.
great question. Um,
What? I have no idea what to even picture here.
it's just the front row seats, and they're like basically the same size as a regular seat on a regular airplane. But you're in the front row. Um, that's the only time I've gotten drunk on a plane because I was like high on the vacation vibes and like I had money and I was like, uh, oh, we're having bourbons like crazy. So I think it was um wild turkey they had. And I mean, I probably had like four of them. And it's like, I mean, like the flight attendants really liked me because like we were just chatting and having a great time because my partner and I started out having a good time, but as was our want, we ended up in a fight. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not talking to you anymore. She's more fun. What up, girl? And she and I are just like banter, banter, banter and having a great time. So yeah.
I
Um,
love that.
oh, you know what I like actually at airports is I couldn't find last time I flew though, I couldn't find one that was actually on and functioning, but I like Farmer's Fridge.
Oh, I've seen those. I've always wondered about those. I've never tried it.
Dude, they're actually pretty good. The Southwest one is like they have like the Southwest salad that's like it just it's nice because there's something about eating enough like kind of fake processed food that like literally starts to repulse me. And it's
Mm,
not even about sugar or anything. It's just like it tastes like the plastic it's in or something. I can't.
yeah,
And I did really start to appreciate Farmer's Fridge when I was flying back and forth from New York to Indy a lot. That Southwest salad they had was like my ride or die, big time.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, Also because airport prices are out. Like when I left you last time, and I was like, they wanted what was it like $17 for like a package little thing. I was like, what the actual fuck
Ridiculous.
is happening? You know?
They've got you
Anyway,
trapped and they know
thank
it.
thank God America's great again. Thank God.
Oh, Jesus. Really?
That's a
Well,
big ass joke, people.
this is the episode where we tell you where Adriana comes out as a Trump supporter. Surprise!
um, okay, wait, what's your travel situation? I feel like that wasn't a very good answer, but I
What do
don't
you
think there's a
mean?
version of me having, I don't think there's a version of me satisfying myself uh, in any capacity at this point today. So,
Well,
um,
I enjoyed your answer and it was informative to me. I mean, I know the high level of a lot of these things about you, but it
right.
is helpful to hear the description. Well, so any hope of us ever taking a road trip together
I
is
know.
is dashed. It's not
I am
happening.
so mad about that though, because I have a plan to do a road trip to LA in the next couple of years before, I don't know, the country's gone. And uh I don't know, it's gonna be illegal for me to drive through half those states any fucking minute. Um, I
Oh,
mean, we are where we are.
woof.
Um, but I'm like, I thought that would be such a fun thing for you and I to do. And I'm like, fuck, like we were, because okay, let's let everyone in on the one road trip we did together.
Oh, I mean, I will say it is a high point memory for me, but I was in the
A hundred
driver's seat.
percent. Oh no, it is for me
Uh,
too. It's just it, it's a great example of what driving across the country would be like for us.
I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so this trip was driving back together from Kingston after I had gone up to see you host a comedy show, which was lovely and amazing. And then we drove back into the city together. And a lot of it was you navigating me around like, oh, this is a pretty spot. You'll really like it. So drive over here and whatever. But then a good amount of it was, the winding roads and a lot of time on, driving really fast and whatever. Um, and it was a couple times of us, if I'm recalling correctly, kind of getting lost because I really don't like to look at. Some people
Mm-hmm,
are much more comfortable with like being able to glance at
mm-hmm,
navigation while they drive. I'm way too anxious. So I don't do that. But then you're not going to be doing
mm-hmm.
this while you're already car sick. So we just kind of like meandered a little bit. I will say the most important part of that to me was the soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Um, and
That was a
that
real bonding moment that we didn't know yet.
we didn't know yet that we were both very into the like early 2000s pop punk emo music genre. And I had a
God,
whole
yes.
playlist of that and we sang that together and it was really delightful. Also, I know we're mad at Spotify. I know, but in my Spotify
But
Wrapped,
do you, AJ? But do you know?
no, not really. Someone please educate me in the comments. Um, but no, On my Spotify Wrapped, it was like, hey, you had one particular day where you like listened a ton to this genre, and I was like, what? And it was like pop punk emo, and then it was July 13th or whatever.
Amazing.
What a joy! But you were car sick. We did have to stop for supplies for your bell
You
bell, I think, as you had called it.
yeah, my bubble. I remember you like came out of the bathroom and we had stopped at this like cafe market, very Hudson Valley vibes, in Newburgh. And my arms were just like coconut water, flat water, bubbly water, kombucha, juice. And I was like, here's all my stuff that I need for my bell bell as we continue down this path.
All the
And yes,
stuff
I
that
was
they
trying
they
to
did
keep
not
us
have for us available at the like Days Inn or whatever that we had stayed in,
the best
whatever
Western in
hotel.
Kingston. I will rep it all day long. I fucking love you guys. I
But
love
they
it.
don't serve coconut water and kombucha there, just
They
for
do
a
not.
heads up.
They do not. No, I had like scrambled eggs on a piece of toast. But yes, I remember because there I was directing, yeah, neither of us could really look at a screen. But also like I've done this drive so many times. I was like, I do know how to get us there. The thing I'm trying to avoid is us getting on the Taconic uh at a certain location that I find particularly harrowing, which for anyone who does this kind of drive between Poughkeepsie and the city, the Taconic is a goddamn nightmare. It's literally rock walls right against your car. You're supposed to be driving 45 or 55 miles an hour, and people literally go 80. And we just got done discussing my fears with driving. It is a true nightmare for me. It is a true nightmare. And so I was like, the Taconic is beautiful, and I wanted us to drive on it, but I didn't want us to drive on it at that part. I wanted us to shift over to the
Yeah.
actual expressway. But again, I couldn't look at a screen, so I was like, at some point we'll see a bridge, and we need to go over that bridge to get to the other side where the expressway is.
It was incredible. It was an
Yeah.
incredible trip. And we did make it in one piece, and we still remain friends
And the
after the
robot
fact.
car even tried to fight us on this, and we were like, we will survive.
Yeah. We stopped at a Pizza Hut to go to the bathroom and got briefly locked out of the zip car.
And then when I got home, the first thing I did was go get Pizza Hut. I was like, man,
As you
my
should.
my car sickness wouldn't allow me to enjoy that we were at a Pizza Hut.
Can
But
you imagine if we had tried to
there's
eat Pizza Hut and then
oh
get back in the
God,
car?
but there's one on Fulton. There's one on Fulton right by my Blink gym. So
Don't you worry.
anyway,
Um,
actually, wait, can I go to the bathroom really quick? And then we'll hear all of your journey.
of course, what if I was like, no, you have to hold it?
I mean, it would make it an entertaining episode, that's for sure. Um, we'd
No,
definitely go
go.
viral when I shit my pants on screen.
Go
All
take your
right.
potty break.
Okay,
See you in a
thanks. We'll
moment.
be right back with you.
New year, new you, new year, same poo.
And we're back.
Welcome. You can hear me okay, right?
Yes.
I watched a video while you were in the bathroom, and these headphones can connect to both my computer and my phone at the same time, but
Oh,
I get worried that because it was playing the audio from my phone, that
right.
perhaps it would interfere with the audio from my laptop, but it seems that it didn't.
Interesting. Okay,
I
tell me about
also,
your travel preferences.
yes, so I also get motion sickness when I'm the passenger of a vehicle. Now I've had to kind of like work on this because I don't really prefer to be the driver, especially when there is a trusted other driver. And usually my wife is the driver and I'm the passenger princess. And I just have to support myself by I can't look at a screen in the car. I can't, certainly cannot read.
Yep.
Definitely can't read. But if I just keep looking out the window, it's also key that I try not to turn around, which when you have kids is hard. Um,
Yeah.
but I really try not to turn around and look backwards too much while we're moving.
Mm.
Um, and that helps. And Dramamine also helps. Um, but yeah, so as long as I'm doing those things, I can be okay as a
Hmm.
passenger in a car for long periods of time. So if we ever did do a road trip, you would just have to be the one to drive. We would keep it during the day, and I would take Dramamine, which does mean I end up sleeping a lot in the car.
Right.
So I would be napping with usually with my headphones on with like an ASMR video playing. I can do
Right.
fine in the car.
I love that.
Um, but as far as snacks, I mean, I love like road trip, fast food, marathon. I will
Mm.
feel like shit at the end of it, absolutely, but
Yeah.
it's
It's
a
a
joy
holiday.
and a delight.
Yeah.
I like as far as gas station snacks, I love a red vine or a Twizzler. Um, I'm always one for a sweet and salty, so usually it's a red vine or a Twizzler or a gummy. And then I typically go for like a Chex Mix, a Gardetto, um,
I love a Gardetto. What's your
a
favorite in the
bar.
Gardetto bag?
There's only one correct answer to this. If I said anything but the rye chips, I hope
The rye bread.
you would break up with me friend-wise. Like,
Well, I wouldn't because I trust you enough that I'd be like, maybe I need to revisit this other breadstick. Maybe there's something I missed about it. That's how much I trust you. If another
wow,
monster said that to me, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my life forever.
that's incredible. Thank you for extending that trust. See, this just shows you and I are different because my brain completed that sentence for you and thought that you were going to say, I would just trust that if I just reintroduced the rye chips to you, I could convince you that you were wrong.
Oh my God, one of the best moments in Broad City is when Abby crunches up all of the rye chips and like snorts them, but like does lines of them to come up with an idea of how to make money really quick.
Yes, that's right. And that's basically how I feel about, and those are in Chex Mix too.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, so good. And then drink wise, I love a fountain Diet Coke.
Mm,
The best is a fountain Diet Cherry Coke.
mm,
However,
hmm.
you have to get one of the red Coca-Cola fountains with the little computer screen typically to get that.
Interesting.
So in a regular soda fountain scenario, I will get like 90% Diet Coke with a 10% cherry Coke top off, and it
You
works
chop that
great.
cherry off.
Yeah, exactly right. Also, the whole cup has already been filled with ice.
Of course,
So,
obviously, naturally.
um,
Wait, I have a question for you also. Sorry,
yeah.
this is opening some doors for me here. Um, what is your preferred type of ice in that drink?
I don't, I was just gonna say I don't feel strongly. That's a fucking lie. I just lied or almost lied.
I can't believe you lied to me.
I'm sorry.
I cannot believe you thought about lying to
Please try to forgive me. I can't believe you considered lying to me for half a second and then admitted to it in front of 19 people. I want to be accountable to you
me.
and to our audience that I almost lied. No, I do have a preference. This is controversial. Are you ready? We might go
I
viral
don't
for
know if
this.
I'm ready. Uh-oh.
I don't like pellet ice.
Is
Like the
pellet ice
little,
that little, which is, yes, okay, yep.
like they
So
have it like Sonic.
uh-huh. So that is controversial for the ice people in the world. Luckily, you're talking to someone who doesn't really want ice at all. So I
Don't remind
find that
me.
the only things that I want ice in are a good cocktail, in which case, the best ice is a large cube of some sort, not
Yeah. Yeah.
like not any type of small ice. So to me, pellet ice, first of all, it sounds like shit now that I know it's called pellet ice. Um, but like all I hear when I hear pellet ice is melted. Like it's just melted.
Yes.
Like it's gonna melt so
Yes.
fucking fast.
Yes. That's it. That's the problem. And I think a lot of people like it because they drink fast and they like to eat their ice. And pellet ice makes that easier
Hmm.
because it's smaller pieces. It's almost slushy when you finally
Yeah,
do get to
exactly.
it. So
Right.
I get it intellectually, but in my spirit, in my body, most importantly,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it. I want, what I really want is the ice that traditionally is in most like soda fountain machines or like
Mm.
the
Yep.
ice that they would have at like a Starbucks
They're
or a
like,
Dunkin'.
it's like a gymnastics practice thing. It's like a oval like this, flat on the bottom with the flat sides. That's what those cubes look like from ice machines like that.
So no, but
And
I
they're like
love where
this
your head's
big.
at.
They're like
I
this
know
big.
I know what you're talking about, and that's not actually what I'm talking about.
Oh wait, are they
Um,
the square cubes then with the hollow hole in
with the
them?
hollow inside.
Yes. Okay.
The other ones are fine too. But those aren't the first ones that came to mind. With
Okay.
the hollow middle, because one, if I have a miracle and drink my whole drink and have ice left, I can chew them because they're hollow in the middle, so
Mm-hmm.
I can crunch.
Mm-hmm.
I do love to crunch ice.
Okay.
Um, but if And I will say this, I did this is it feels like a good moment to say I descended from people like my dad, his sisters, who would take a cup of ice and they would put salt on the ice and eat it.
Wait, what?
They were so, well, first of all, they still are all living. They might all still do this, but this was the thing. They would put salt on ice and crunch it because they want something salty. They like the crunch of ice. And so they would crunch on
I
ice. They would
have
also put so
literally
much
never heard
salt
of
on
that.
everything. I haven't either, haven't
Interesting.
heard of it since. But I am a big like I'll salt a good big slab of watermelon. I'll put some flaky salt
Oh,
on,
100%. Yeah, totally.
or like I'll bite into a tomato and then put some
Yes.
flaky salt on
Oh,
that.
yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
Anyway, all this to say, I am lucky in that many places have this type of ice that is really my preferred ice. I don't like pellet ice, and but I want it to be the nice like super clear ice that comes from like a
Yeah.
fountain versus, I can tell when it's ice from somebody's freezer, which is fine, but it's not my favorite. Um, there's also a different sound it makes when you like swish around a cup.
100% true.
Um, yeah, so those are my preferred like road snacks. Now, if
Okay.
we're talking airplane, in an
Uh-huh.
airplane, I get scared that I'm gonna get trapped without snacks. So I always overpack for an airplane because
I
I get
see.
worried we're gonna
Okay.
get stuck on the runway. We're gonna have a 30
That's weird.
Rock Matt Damon pilot.
Why would you worry about getting trapped on a runway? That's
I don't
never
know.
happened to you.
That's never happened to me in the last week. To be fair, it was only for an hour. We had
Uh-huh.
so many snacks. I had
You
just
said
eaten
only
two.
an hour. I can't,
It
that's
was.
not, but that's not an only situation.
Listen, it was only an hour. I was with one of my best friends in the entire world. We had just eaten two meals in the Delta Sky Lounge.
Mm.
I
Oh yeah, you had
had
that lounge access.
I had 17 of these protein bars in my bag, not
Yes.
17, but like six.
A lot of them, yeah.
I was all
Uh-huh.
good in the neighborhood. And they did an extra round of drink service on the plane. Not that we were drinking yet on the plane, but I did have a nice Diet Coke in a can. Delightful. Um, yeah, but on an airplane, I like a little Diet Coke. I'm not usually one to drink on the airplane because it makes my motion sickness worse.
Well, so I don't have motion sickness on planes. I
Oh, see,
do,
I do.
so I do when we take off and land, and it's getting
Yes.
worse. I'm noticing it getting worse over time.
I
And
love
I'm,
that we're not gonna be able to travel
dude,
anymore.
I'm saying, I'm like, this is unacceptable. God damn it. Um, Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, but my motion sickness is, yeah, I can't really nail it down because like that one day when I was taking the blue line out to the airport to meet you, and I swear to God, it was the slowest running train I've ever been on in my whole fucking life. And they were just like,
No, no,
and
no.
I was like, uh-oh, uh-oh. And like, I mean, I was standing up, I was pacing around, I was doing deep breathing exercises because I was feeling myself start to get hot. And I was like,
I'm
this is not
stuck on
good.
this train and there's nowhere to puke.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
No.
No. And I'm an expert at throwing up in cities. And I was like, this is not good. We're not in a good
Yeah, but
situation
not if
right
you're
now.
trapped, not if you're trapped in a train that's not at a stop. Yeah,
No.
no, I get a little motion sick on airplanes, but I'll take Dramamine and I'll just sleep.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm the person who I don't plan ahead for my snacks and things. I sometimes will for a road trip. I'll just like sure we have something available, but I'm just like I'm always gonna stop and buy shit.
Okay.
So that's I'm the person who will fall victim to the, you know, double, triple prices in airports because I'm like, I really do want these Swedish fish and I don't care that they're $28. Give them
Oh
to me.
man, I do love
Um,
Swedish fish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are those ones that you don't eat because they have gelatin or do they
No,
not?
Swedish fish and Sour Patch Kids and Mike and Ike's are all, there's no animal products. Someone would say that the dyes are made out of animal products technically, for all food. But
Okay.
um
Oh, tricky.
I'm not even entirely sure how true that is at this point. But I remembered I used to eat Swedish fish all the time. I love them, and they don't have gelatin in them. But then someone was like, "Okay, but they basically have car oil in them." And I was like,
Oh God.
"Okay, I can only do so many things in life. Just let me eat a fucking Swedish fish, please. Thank you so much." Um, the cars are gonna be
I
okay.
really I really just feel like I'm leaning into this more as I get older. Like I have typically been the person who's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And now I'm just like, whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna eat the thing that makes me feel happy.
I know. I'm like, and as you know, this is like the struggle for me because I'm like, I there because of what I do, there's like so much debate about whether food addiction is a proper addiction or not, um, among like actual scientists. I, as a person with the experiences I have, would say it is
Hmm.
because I want to be like that, but
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
like it's like telling an alcoholic, like,
Yep.
just have a drink and see how that goes. And
Absolutely.
look, like there are
Absolutely.
versions of substance use treatment that is just that, like people using less or whatever, which is great. Um, but for me, it pretty much always ends up back in a binge where I start using the food as like an act of self-harm, essentially.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's very tricky, as you would say. By the way, when I was home, I was using your "it's tricky" a lot. I was leaning into that one. I think it's a
I
helpful way
love
of
that.
phrasing things. Wait, have you traveled by train much? Like longer train trips?
I've not taken a super long train trip. I've traveled a few hours, like when my friends Dana and Liz were living in Northampton in Massachusetts.
Mm,
I took the train up to see them.
hmm.
Um, I do have a one train, very, I don't want to say train obsessed, but like a child whose special interest is trains. So we will take trains, but often more like short distances. My wife usually does the longer distance train rides, but I enjoy a train experience.
Yeah.
I think I prefer to fly. I don't know. I like to fly. I like just getting there quicker. Um, I love the spirit of a road trip though. There is something about,
Yep.
and I like prepping for a road trip with like what am I going to listen to? I like to like
Hmm.
queue up my podcasts. I like to choose an audiobook or two. I'm really excited for this one because it'll just be me and
Yeah, what are
Tony.
you gonna listen to?
I don't know. I have like a couple of options and ideas. If anyone here, I guess, because I guess when people hear this, it may be before I leave. So if you're listening to this prior to January 4th, 2026, please leave a comment with any audiobook suggestions for me
Right.
because I will be in the car for about I don't even remember how long it is, but the whole
Like
fucking day.
12-ish hours, yeah.
Um,
Um,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
Also, people, you can leave a comment on our newly minted Instagram if you want.
listen, our
I
Instagram
won't
with
see
two
it,
whole
but
posts.
AJ
I
will.
won't, well, I won't see it either because I deleted Instagram. I'm gonna for now, I'm taking I just am realizing like I needed a little detox from it, so I'm
Yeah,
taking a
sure.
break. But you could still leave the comment. I'll see it eventually, but I won't I
Yeah.
definitely don't leave your comment of a
What we're
suggested
saying is to
audiobook.
email us at anywaypursuit@gmail.com, the email that I check like once every 2 weeks or something.
Or just text whichever one of us's phone number you have, which I think is true of anyone who's listening to this. You definitely have our personal contact
100%. Yeah,
info.
yeah. You could also just text us.
So
That's true.
you could also just call me and you could talk to me. You could be my audiobook while I'm on this drive. Anybody who wants to call, you can just call me or ask for my phone number from Adriana. I actually would love a little random surprise call. So
That would be so fun. Oh my God. I really want one of the people who have my number to hit me up when they hear this and be like, oh my God, what's AJ's number? I really want that to happen.
I do too. And I'm serious. You can give it to them and I can get a mystery call. And I would love
Mhm.
that. And even if you just leave a voicemail, we'll share your voicemail on the show. So if you'd like
I
to
love
make a
that.
little cameo.
Um, yeah.
Um, anyway, okay. What's keeping you alive, friend?
Um, I think the that we're going into a new year
Yes.
and like on a grander scale, the fact that we're going into a new year and I feel some level of hope with I like a new year. I like moving into like it's technically not a great way of living my life, but it works for me that I like it gives me some energy to think like you can do things slightly differently next year if you so choose.
Yeah.
As if that's just not an option every day of my life, but you know. Um,
It helps when everyone else is doing it too. It makes it feel a little
true.
different.
Yeah. And then on a less grandiose scale, my sister gave me a puzzle for Christmas and it's really giving me a reason to get out of bed. So
Yeah.
we love to see it. Yeah.
Fuck
What about
yeah.
you? What's keeping you alive?
Let's see. I mean, a lot. I feel like there's a lot to look forward to in 2026. Like I do feel like, yes, globally speaking, there's a lot of bleak shit. There's a lot that feels scary and uncertain. Um, but I don't know. I have like things planned. I have things I'm excited about. I've never been one to do like a New Year's resolution that is like
Yeah,
a restrictive thing or like a super
totally.
prescriptive thing, I know that's shocking
I
given everything that I've said.
It is surprising to hear. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'll try to love
Um,
you despite that. Yeah.
Thank you. That means a lot. But I do like an intention. I do like
Yeah.
going in with a like, this is the theme I want to have for the year. This is
Sure.
so I've enjoyed thinking about that. I started thinking about it at the winter solstice and
Hmm.
talk to my friends about it on this trip. You and I am sure we'll speak about this. Obviously, I'm bringing my tarot cards. We have some rituals to do.
Yes.
I have a reading. I want to
100%.
do a reading for you, the same one that I did for me that I really liked, which also has an animal theme, just FYI. So
Aw, yay.
I think you're really gonna like it. Um, but yeah, so I think I do also usually travel with my tarot cards. I didn't bring them to the Keys, and then I ended up feeling a little disappointed because I was with friends who really
Yeah.
would have been into the tarot. We had a great time, so it
Sure.
wasn't like, oh, it fucked up our whole trip. But so I
Yeah.
am. It's like in the top five list of things I need to remember to bring when I come see you, along with the cat and your Christmas presents and my clothing and myself and the tarot cards.
The good news is, um, clothes I also have, and we basically wear the same size. So if you needed clothes, you'd be covered. There are tarot cards at the amazing bookstores here in my neighborhood that I'm actually probably
Real.
going to buy a deck from. Uh, I know.
Can I be there when you choose it?
Well, yes. Well, the reason I haven't yet is because I wanted to talk to you about it. Because I have some things that I want and they're very expensive because good artists make them and I love that and I want to
Yes,
support them.
yes, yes, yes.
But because I am not rife with cash at the moment, I need
Sure.
to make a good
You make
decision
it.
on
Yep.
what I want. And so, yeah,
Mhm.
literally the reason I haven't yet is because I want your thoughts as I make this purchase. Um,
So exciting.
and I think so. Um, but the cat, I would say that's a pretty critical element to remember. Um,
Yeah. Seeing as
but
that's
you
the whole
should,
reason I'm driving there, yeah, probably would be
yeah,
fucked up to
uh-huh.
forget the cat.
Um, yeah. Don't. T Tony is looking forward to, I think, her Chicago retirement.
I,
I literally
you
feel like
know,
that's what's happening. She's moving to a retirement village where she's just gonna like be profoundly spoiled.
okay, this is the last thing, and then we can wrap
Yeah.
up our final podcast recording of 2025, and it'll be the
Aw,
first podcast release of
I
2026.
know. Look at us go.
So exciting. So we'll end with an anecdote, which is that for those of you who are not putting together what we're saying, my cat, Tony, who has been with me, she's named after Toni Morrison. All my pets are named after authors, the ones that I've named anyway. Um,
That's actually good to know because I kept calling her Tony Braxton in my head. This is good to know. Toni
that's
Morrison.
fine
Got it.
too. That's fine.
Mhm.
We will accept Tony Braxton. Um, but people will spell it Tony, and I'm like, no, 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 it's an I. Um, anyway, Toni Morrison, the cat, will be relocating to your home in Chicago because you
Correct.
do live in Chicago. You don't live in Brooklyn, which is where I live. And I took her to the vet to have just a general, like, how's she doing, anything we need to take care
Sure.
of, health assessment for before she came to you, so she would be up to date. And at the vet, they were like, what do you bring her in for? Are you worried about anything? And I said, no, we just wanted to get her like a little checkup because she is going to be moving in with another family member. And they were like, oh, okay. And they were like, well, is it just, and I was like, well, our home has a toddler and another, child who's not a toddler, but sometimes makes toddler level choices about the cat. And, as she gets older, we thought she might want a bit more of a chill experience. And they were like, oh, so are there other cats or kids where she's going? I said, no other cats, no kids, just one very attentive adult human and a tortoise. And they were like, oh, that'll be perfect for her. Wow, yes, that'll be really nice. That'll be really nice. They were very, very supportive of the plan, which also
I love
felt
it.
really encouraging to me. So
Yes.
I just want you to know that her physician is on board with this.
Thank
Okay?
you. Good. Her support system is on board for this plan, this
Yes,
line of
medically
treatment. Yeah.
medically, this does feel like it is a sound choice.
Understood. Okay, good. Well, that is helpful. I like imagining that when you got there and they're like, "Is there a specific reason?" And you're like, "Well, she's about to move in with uh, a person with very intense, intrusive thoughts about killing animals. So, um, this person fully believes that she's murdered multiple animals in her life, and
Oh my God.
so
Moving in with
basically,
my friend who is known cat murderer. No.
oh my
No,
God.
you are not a cat murderer.
Um,
You are a lover of older cats.
I do love older cats. I just love them. And I do think it's very interesting that Tony literally looks like and she's the same age as Simone was and looks like a cousin, like
Yeah. Oh
has
yeah.
the same fur, like a slightly different color, but same fur, same eyes, same shape of head, all of that. And so yeah, it's like Simone's Brooklyn cousin is moving in. I love
So
it.
good. So good.
Um, all right. Well, you got to get to your New Year's Eve on the
My
island.
rip-roaring New Year's Eve celebration on Long Island. Um, all right. Well, we're wishing all of our listeners a very happy, new year.
Yes.
And we'll be back with more for you in 2026. So, anyway,
Yes. More soon.